In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the temperature test for the backup batteries for an ADT Unimode 4520. So you have your front of your panel here. It's a pretty old panel. It was, I think, first came out in the 1980s. But you have your ADT, your Unimode system, and then model 4520. So, as always, short preamble on this. In 2016 and older editions of the code, we did battery testing differently. We mostly did voltage testing, load testing. And then the 2019 code, all for the NFPA 72, I should say. For the 2019 code to current, they added temperature testing and ohmic testing. So semi-annually, you test temperature, ohmic reading, and voltage test. And load test got bumped to 3 years. So we're going to do the temperature test. And what you need is just a non-contact temperature gun. It has a little laser. You just point it, and then it'll give you a temperature reading. So when you do your backup battery testing, you always do the temperature reading first because you're measuring the ambient temperature inside the panel as well as the temperature of both negative leads. And what you're looking for is to see if there's a variance between the different temperatures, and if the negative leads of the batteries are greater than 18 degrees Fahrenheit higher than the ambient temperature, then it's a fail. If it's less than 18 degrees, then it's fine, it passes. So essentially, you're just looking for if the batteries are overheating or not, because that could cause like corrosion or bad performance. You know, the batteries won't last as long, things like that. So I got to have my panel enclosed, right? Because I'm going to open the door. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the ambient temperature, right? And then after that, I'm going to measure each negative lead of the battery and get their temperature. And like I said, what I'm looking for is a variance of 18 degrees or more, basically. If it's less than 18 degrees, then we're good. It passes. So this is just the normal process. And like I said, you got to do this usually, or you have to do the temperature test first, because as soon as you open the door, you know, the ambient temperature in this panel is going to start mixing with the ambient temperature that's in the room. So it might be a little hotter inside this panel and a little colder outside the room, as an example. But so we're going to open this up. My battery, so I'm just going to aim my laser just right here. So we're at 63.1. Probably just aim it up here too, just see 66.9. Just kind of all over the place, 66. Say 66. And then we'll come to our batteries, and I'm going to aim at the negative lead. So I'm on the negative lead, I'm at 63. And at the other negative lead, I'm at 63. So I'm kind of between 63 and 66, depending on where I'm aiming on the board. And if you aim at the circuit board itself, it's going to be higher because, you know, voltage is running through it. So you're aiming in the open, ambient kind of areas of the panel to get like a reading. So the higher you go up, it goes a little higher. And then when you go down, it goes a little lower. But it's a temperature difference of like 5 degrees or less, you know, so it's going to pass. So just testing the negative lead, you can see a little laser light, getting the temperature. So I'll say it's between like 63 and 66 degrees inside the panel, and the batteries are like at 63 degrees. And close that up. So again, semi-annually, in the 2019 edition of the NFPA 72 to present, you know, you temperature test semi-annually every 6 months, basically. Voltage test semi-annually, and ohmic test semi-annually. And then load test got bumped to 3 years. So you only do load testing after batteries have been installed for 3 years. But anyway, this is how you do the backup battery temperature test for the ADT Unimode 4520 fire alarm panel.